Welcome back to part 5 of actually useful Temu tech products. What's up everybody, Corey with Freaky Tech Reviews here, and today we are checking out 10 different Temu tech products that cost me about $400 to order. This is all paid for by me and not supplied by Temu, so these are things that I actually wanted to spend money on, and I think they're actually useful. This is part 5 in the series, so be sure to check out the other 4 videos, but let's get into it. Now starting off, this order was sent in 3 separate packages, and one of them I did accidentally open without realizing that it was a Temu product. So starting off, we have these disco lights for parties. Like I said, I did already open these. Comes with a power cable right here, and then I will show an example on the screen of what it looks like. But on the back here, you can see that it has the power input. It has the menu button with a different type of lighting effects, and then also in and outputs for music matching so that the lights will actually match the music. It has this handle right here that you can also mount onto the wall, so you can put it onto something like the ceiling and have it point down at the ground. And then it has these tension knobs that you can tighten so that it'll stay pointing in a certain area. But it also has these little feet right here that you can set it on in case you don't want to mount it anywhere. So I think I got this for about 65 to 70 bucks, which is not bad for it. I believe it comes with a remote, but I did not have it with me, so my apologies on that. This is what happens whenever something comes in like a week before everything else does. You accidentally open it, you start misplacing some things, but it has an IR sensor right there for the remote to control it. So this is something that I wanted to have in time to use for my Halloween party, but really just a really cool device that you can get on Temu for a really good price. There's a lot of different kinds of these on Temu, but this one by far seemed to have some of the cooler effects. So let me know what you think in the comments below if you think it's worth it. Now I do have a box right here that I'm gonna save for the very last product because this is one of the cooler things that I've ever ordered from Temu, so I'm gonna hold on to it for a second because we've got this big package to get into. So let's go ahead and start ripping into it. Go ahead and start cutting into this bad boy. Okay. I have yet to have a Temu package that is not dusty. Okay. Like I said, I spent about $400 total on this order because I wanted to get some really cool stuff that is actually useful. And I really tried to make sure that it is tech specific related. It may not be tech itself, but it's got to be connected to tech because I've got some stuff in the past that was kind of decoration based, but this time I want to make sure that it's really actually usable tech. And I will put links in the description with prices and how much I got it for so you can check it out as well. Okay. Starting out, the easiest thing to see from the camera are these LED globe lights. I needed some globe lights in the backyard, and this is supposed to be 100 feet. I don't know if there's 100 feet in this box. This looks like a pretty small box to have 100 feet of lighting in, so I'm not gonna pull it out in the studio, and I'll show footage of every single product that I get so that you can check it out for yourself. But let's see if this is gonna be 100 feet or not. There we go. You know, it might be. I think the wiring is just a little bit thinner than I thought, but I just wanted some more backyard lighting, and honestly, what is a Temu order without some type of lighting, right? And so there you can see just the different, bulbs here, and we'll light it up here in a minute so we can take a look at it. It's got your regular outlet plug right there. Let's see, it should be RGB, but it says that it's waterproof, windproof, sunproof, and snowproof. Oh look, and it comes with, looks like 3 extra bulbs here. I believe these are plastic. Okay, I was squeezing it, I was getting a little nervous, but you can actually see me squeezing a little bit right there. So that you have 3 replaceable plastic bulbs. So I got this. I got these for $32. 100 feet for 32 bucks is not bad at all. And we'll see how good they look here in just a little bit. But I really don't think that's a bad price for these. There's options of buying 20 foot, 30 foot, 40 foot, 60 foot, and 100 foot, and I got the 100 foot. So we'll take a look and make sure that's actually how long this is. On to the next product. This is a really cool product that when I saw it, I didn't realize that I needed it, but when I thought about it, I thought it made sense. So this is a dust display lamp. So what this is, and I'll explain, it's basically a green laser. It's a very simple little product. Oh, it actually has lights on. Perfect. So I'm not gonna shine it into my lens, right? But you can see the green light there. What this is you actually take this and you have this 3M stickies right here. right? There's the charging cable. It's USB-C, thankfully, not micro USB. But you have these 3M stickies right here, and you stick this to the top of your vacuum cleaner. And as you're vacuuming at floor level, this green light, it's not a light, a laser, it is just a light, but this green light will pick up and show the shadows of all of the dust that you're vacuuming over. So you can make sure that you thoroughly vacuumed, especially if you have hardwood floors. This is a must because it's really hard to see, especially from when you're standing up, how much dust is left, but that's what this is for. You literally just, you know, move it along, and I'll show some footage of it to see the dust that you're picking up, and it's extremely helpful to make sure that you're actually vacuuming well. So anyways, this I got for, this was $7.50. And it looks like it is, yeah, it's USB-C rechargeable, which I already said. This is a no-brainer for someone who wants to keep their house clean. Also a great stocking stuffer for the upcoming holidays, which I will be doing another video of, so be sure to subscribe. I'm doing a Temu stocking stuffer video that's gonna be coming out in just a couple of weeks once the products arrive, so be sure to stay tuned for that. But anyways, super neat. I'm gonna try not to say super as much. I've gotten torn up in the comments for saying super too often. So I'm gonna say a really cool product for cheap that I think that anyone would appreciate and helps you keep your house cleaner. So let's move on to the next product, which is just gonna be a solar sensor light. Now, love solar products from Temu. They are typically quite a bit cheaper than anywhere else that you're going to find them. And so what this is it's a solar sensor light. It comes with some mounting hardware right there. It comes with the actual mount itself that you can turn and angle it whichever way that you need to. It comes with the remote control. This seems to be like the standard remote control you get for Temu solar powered lights, but this will allow you to turn it on and off and set it onto a timer. And then obviously here is the light itself. So the reason that I wanted this is it keeps itself powered via solar. It's a bunch of LEDs, as you can see right there. And so it really doesn't take a lot of power to keep it charged. So this solar panel should be plenty to keep these lights powered. But let's see, it has an on-off switch right, oh, okay. I didn't realize it already had juice. Come on, you gonna turn back on? Okay, it looks like, does it have like a warning? Okay, it has like a dimming setting. Okay, so right now, this is as bright as it's gonna get, and it's all based on motion, it looks like. I mean, that is fairly bright. We'll take a look at it with some B-roll here in a little bit, but it has a sensor receptor right here for the remote. That's your IR sensor. It has the motion detector, and then it has the on-off switch right here, and then obviously the mounting points. So a very simple motion light. I'm gonna put it outside of my driveway so that anything that walks by it will get blasted with LED lights. It is a bright white here. Let's peel some of this plastic off here, off of the solar panel so it looks nice and clean. Okay, this is not, I thought it was gonna be like a satisfying plastic peel. It is not, it's like a saran wrap. So we will move on to the next product, but I got this for $8. $8. And then you have like an additional level of security lighting. You get a bunch of these, put them all over your property, and then boom, anything that moves is gonna get blasted with bright light. Okay, so this is really cool, and I'm not gonna have time to put this together and show it to you, but I will in a future video. Maybe this next upcoming Temu video, I will actually put the finished product of this, but let me go ahead and open it and show you what it is. I don't have cat claws, so let me use a knife. This is something that I have seen, this is something I've seen on Temu a lot, and I keep wanting to get it, but I had trouble thinking about how I can fit it into a tech-related playlist like this. However, I think this one actually makes sense, and I'll explain why. So what this is it is a book nook, right? So it actually is about the size of a book, but it's a little scene. I'll hold it up close so you can see it. It's several little scenes that you can choose from. I went with the Cyberpunk theme. That's about as close as I could make it to tech related, was the Cyberpunk theme. And it does have some lights that are inside of it as well. And so I'll show some actual website footage of what it's going to look like when it's done. But basically, that one right there is what we're looking at. It just is a little diorama that goes into your bookshelf and looks like a little alleyway out of like a cyberpunk world. I got this thing for $18. It is kind of a craft kit that you put together with real tiny bits and pieces that are hard for large hands. I think it's a really good gift also. I mean, 18 bucks for this, for anyone that likes, you know, tiny crafts and dioramas, this is a great way to do it. So, on to the next product. What is this? Sometimes the boxes are unmarked and I don't even know what's in here. Oh, okay, I know what this is. Okay, it has micro USB, unfortunately, but this is something that with the world kind of going crazy right now, I thought, you know what, why not have an emergency radio? So that's what this is. It does have a little solar panel that can power it. It's not gonna be enough to actually power any of your devices. It does say on the website that it can, because it has USB-A and then micro USB. So technically it is a small battery bank, but it is only 2,000 milliamp hour. So it's not, you're not gonna get much out of it. Really what you want this for is an emergency radio that you can use if you don't have power or if you are somewhere where you cannot generate power to charge something. The way that it works, it has your radio antenna like this, and then it has this that you can charge with. You can hear the motors whirring. And that will actually provide power. The solar will provide power, and I think you can also plug it in to provide power. And it should give you, yeah, it gives you a flashlight that turns on that you just generated through the kinetic energy, through spinning it. And then it is also an emergency radio. Let's see if we can get some radio here. There we go, that's FM and then AM. And you can see it tuning right there. Not picking up any AM channels right here. But anyways, if you're in an emergency, oh, I'm gonna turn it off. But anyways, if you are in an emergency, it's not a bad thing to have something like this. I got this for 20 bucks. There's all different kinds of emergency radios. So this is more of a, this is a good idea to purchase versus you should get this one specifically because anything Temu related, don't know how long it's gonna last, but it's a really nice thing to have that can generate its own power. You don't have to have batteries with it. Even though it does have its own internal battery, you have the ability to charge it yourself, which is nice. And then you can at least be on the radio and hear about what the zombies are doing as they're tearing apart your town. So anyways, really cool product, and we'll move on to the next one. Okay, next up, this is a really light box, so we will see what's in here. Oh, okay. So I like to have my wife share some input on products she would like from Temu, but my stipulation is that they have to be actually tech related, right? Or it wouldn't fit the theme of these videos. So what these are, I like to have, we like to have all kinds of different garden lighting effects, and that's exactly what this is. These are sunflowers that are obviously fake, and then it has these little solar panels right here with an on-off switch on the back, and they just, you stick them into the ground, it lights them up, and then at night they actually turn on, and the flowers themselves glow, which is pretty cool. I'll show some footage of what they look like, but I got these for 15 bucks and it comes with 2. So that's a pretty solid deal in my opinion. I think the sunflowers actually look pretty good. Let's see if we can get some light on them now. Are they on? I don't think they are. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, you really can't tell because there's lights on. I'll get some footage at night so you can actually see what they're like because the lights are on right now. You can see some LEDs lit up in the stems right there and also in the actual flowers themselves. So I will get these into the ground at night and show you what they look like whenever they're actually being put to use. So, but for 15 bucks, really hard to beat something like that that just looks cool aesthetically. Okay, we have, I believe, 3 more products left. So as I get ready to open the next one, be sure to subscribe to Freaky Tech Reviews. We're trying to hit 20,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I think we can do it, but we only got 2 months and I cannot do it without your help. So let's dive into the next one. And again, just to be ultra clear, I paid for all of this with my own money. Temu did not help with this. There is no sponsorship. I want to be ultra clear about that. Okay. Next up, we have something that is not necessarily a piece of tech itself, but it's something that holds a piece of tech. Alrighty. So one of the things I love is Egyptian decorations, right? So here we have Anubis, and what he does is he sits here and he holds a controller. Now, specifically, I believe it was a PS5 controller. I think he can actually hold like maybe a wine bottle or something. I don't know how though, because like look at those little hands. But I saw him holding a PS5 controller. So let me grab one really quick and we'll see how it works. Okay, now I don't think it's gonna hold it with the C2 grips on. I mean, yeah, so let's take these off. By the way, these are C2 grips, not a plug by any means, just really like these and I like to game with them. But if you don't use a grip, then you should be able to set it on there like so. Look at that. I mean, that is a really cool way to hold your controller. I'll show some better footage of it than this. But that's I mean, look at that. The way he's just holding it behind him, and it's Anubis, and it's a really cool looking statue. I really like this. I think this is really awesome. I got this for $11. Now this is where Temu really excels, because anything that you don't have to worry about actually breaking and messing up that's decoration based, you can kill. And if you want to see some stuff that's not tech related, that's just cool, let me know in the comments below, because I try to keep it tech related for this channel. However, there's a whole lot to Temu that I have not even explored yet, and I would love to. So if you want to see more than just tech, let me know, and I'll do a non-tech video of just really cool stuff from Temu like this. So anyways, it is tech related because it holds tech, but we'll move on to what's next. Okay, we got 2 more products here. Let's open this one up. Oh, check this out. Okay, so if you watched my last video, you'll know that I got a really cool alien neon sign. Now, the way that Temu neon works, it does not use neon gas. It is a plastic covered LED that looks like neon, but I really like it. I put it in my bathroom. It looks like an alien reaching through a portal. And I told myself if there's an opportunity to get more neon artwork from Temu, I'm going to do it. And now we have that. So this is a kind of an abstract art face. It's kind of like a early to mid 90s art style. I just really loved the way that it looked, and I kept coming back to it because I was thinking to myself, where am I going to put this? But it just looks really neat. I mean, I love the colors and everything of it. I'm gonna put it in my office where I use as a kind of studio setup when I'm doing different types of gaming peripherals. So I'll show you what that looks like, and I'll get it all lit up for you. But this I got for $38. So I mean, for anything neon related, and it is kind of like a rubbery kind of hose feel right here that covers the actual neon lights with very thick acrylic. And then it has the holes right, there's 4 holes right here for actually mounting it onto a wall if you want to. But I will say the way this comes out is a bit of a pain, because this just sticks straight out. So hopefully it doesn't hurt it by bending like that. But yeah, I thought it was really cool. Okay, so we're moving on to the last product, and this one, whenever I saw it, is what sparked my interest in doing a part 5 to this video, because it starts getting very difficult to find actually usable Temu tech stuff. So I find myself struggling to come up with video ideas to actually make it worth your time watching as a viewer, but this is the one that made me want to do another video. So it is also the reason that this order costs so much, because what you're about to see costs $200. And it's such a cool product that I'm actually going to do a standalone review on it, so that you can actually see if it's worth purchasing for yourself, because it's very unique and I've never seen anything like it. So let's get it open. Whoa. Goodness. Okay, so here's what it is. It is a gaming keyboard with its own flip-up screen that functions as a second mini monitor. Not a lot of these exist, because I've done a lot of research on just trying to find similar versions of this, and it's not something that you really see very often. This brand is the Max Free brand. This is their K3 version. It has, the screen itself is 1920 by 720p. It's a 60 hertz refresh rate. Let's see, and it's 1,000:1 color ratio. And look at this, it even has an M.2 SSD enclosure. It is a touchscreen. You can remove the caps and replace your own right there. So we're gonna get into this thing and check it out. But for 200 bucks, let's see if it's actually worth it. I know there's one that costs like $300, and that one, you know, maybe I'll check it out and see how it compares to this one. But this was just too cool to pass up on. So let's get it open and I'll quit yapping. Okay, it's very square for a keyboard box. Let's see, here's a foam core liner. Okay, let's turn it around here. Okay, look at this thing. I mean, look, that is a chungus. So, okay, we have the keyboard, which we'll check out with the screen in just a little bit. It comes with instructions. Nice. A key puller, or yeah, a key puller if you want to pull off your covers here and actually replace them. It comes with extra screws. There's a USB brick. It has a USB-C cable, another USB-C to USB-C cable for power, and then an HDMI cable for the monitor itself. So let's open this bad boy up and see what it looks like. And I'll show some footage of actually using it. But look at this. I mean, this thing is chunky. It looks like a big laptop or something, which essentially it kind of is. I don't know if it's standalone. Like, I don't know if you can just use it as its own monitor. But if you look at the inputs right there, it has 2 USB-A's. It has the power delivery port, which is USB-C, another USB-C port, and then its own SD card slot, which is pretty cool. There's no option for internet, so I don't know if it connects to Wi-Fi. And then it has this band right here, this stretchy band that's holding on the actual leather cover for the screen. And then let's see how it sounds. Not bad. Keys are a little mushy, you know, it's not perfect, but let's go ahead and get this leather cover off and check this out. Oh, and it actually does have its own speakers too, and an angle lock, of course. All right, let's pull off the protective film here. Wow, what a neat device. Okay, so then you just lift the screen like that, and there is your, isn't that cool? That is such a neat thing. And look, right here behind the screen, let me make sure you can get some good lighting. Right here is the M.2 SSD enclosure. So you just pop that up. I'm surprised you don't have to unscrew it. Wow, this thing is stiff. Yeah, right, wow, look at that. I'll try to get some better footage of it if you can't see it right here. Let me show it to this camera. Yeah, there you go. So this is the little SSD enclosure right here, and you can see where it actually just plugs in. Honestly, it's not very secure or like dust proof, so you know, I wouldn't put a super expensive SSD there, but I mean, overall, this is a really cool device. Oh, uh-oh. Okay, I didn't break it. It sounded like I did, but there is a release button right here that you press to put the screen back. Be sure to do that, because that's what that snapping noise just was. But we will get this thing plugged in and see if it's worth it. Let's see, it has keyboard height adjustments with 2 different options right here. It has this one and then the one below it, which is nice. Oh, it even has cable management right here. It has these little clips for putting your power cables in. Wow. It has a, is this a power knob? It actually has like a knob right here for the power, which is interesting. I'll show some better footage of it, but what a wild device. Let's go ahead and take a look at what switches it is with the cap puller here. Okay, yellow switches. So it's got yellow switches on it, which are not my favorite. I typically like red switches personally, but it doesn't sound bad. Awesome. It has a little control knob here, which I assume for volume, and I'm sure you can assign a macro to it. It has got everything you could need from it. So I really like this for my gaming area, because as you can see right here, there's some stuff here, so apologies for the mess, but I need a second screen right here, and I don't really have room for another monitor with the way that my background is set up. And so I used to use like one of the portable monitors that I reviewed recently right there, but it just got in the way. But now this being my keyboard and a second monitor, I think is gonna be really cool. So let's check it out and see how it is. I'm gonna get it plugged up a little bit and we'll take a look at it. Actually useful Temu tech items. And this is the largest Temu shipment that I've done yet, as we have 20. Let's take it out. It has a QR code. Nova C40 from Ultimia. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed part 5 of actually useful Temu tech. Let me know in the comments below if any of this is actually useful, and if you have your eye on anything. I will link everything in the description. Sometimes Temu stuff is only good for a couple of weeks, so if it's not good, I apologize. They cycle through products pretty quickly. But thank you so much for watching today. Please be sure to subscribe and join the Freaky Tech family, and I look forward to seeing you again. But thank you for stopping by. Again, I'm Corey with Freaky Tech Reviews. I'll see you next time.